This week on Just Killing Time.
It's that time. The patterns are changing. The big boys are starting to show themselves more.
Gears. Gears, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude, there he is. What? I got it. You kidding? Oh, dude, he's in the tree.
Grab your gear and come on with us, heading out from dawn to dusk. Get 'em in your sights and let it fly. Amped up to close the deal and a pocket full of tags for filling. One thing I could say keeps me alive, just killing time.
This is Just Killing Time, presented by Anderson Manufacturing. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Heater Bodysuit, Landmaster UTV, Hard Impact Penetrator Arrows, Game Sled, Seymour Sight Systems, True Lock Choke Tools, Camp Shelf, Alps Outdoors, High Mountain Seasoning, Hunting Sports Plus, American Whitetail Targets, Night Muzzleloaders, 30-06 Outdoors, Scorpion Crossbows, and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. Closed captioning of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Invisible.
Partner, do you know what's sitting in front of you?
Yeah.
Let me tell the folks at home, this is a left-handed Night muzzleloader. And for those of you that don't know, Night is back in business. And besides making guns for us normal people, right-handers, they make guns for people.
They finally
like
made some for us more superior, 10% of the population.
Yeah,
so why I tell the folks at home what we're going to do today, why don't you start mounting this scope for me?
Oh, you want me to do everything, don't you?
Yeah. You got the tally bases and rings and stuff?
I got the tally bases and rings right here, and you know me, it'll be done right if I do it.
That's right. Get to work. Hey, folks, on this week's show, we're tagging along with newcomer to Just Killing Time, Gerald Johnson. He's in North Carolina, and man, does he have a deer in front of him. Let's get right into the action. He's on a bow hunt.
You know, the first thing you got to do, most people don't realize, is when you put a scope on a gun, you usually need to take the rear sight off.
It's about 4:45. It's October the 28th. It ought to be getting pretty close to pre-rut kicking in. I just got off work, got settled in here this evening on a rainy, cool day, about 45 degrees in northwest North Carolina on a cut cornfield.
A half hour later, and with a couple good bucks in the field, Gerald decides to do some calling to see if he can get him in range. Now, after the snort wheeze, the two bigger bucks decide they don't want any part of it. And like most of us, at that point, Gerald figures his opportunity at this deer is over.
Don't want no part of that.
But just a little while later, Gerald looks out the window of the blind, and guess who's coming back into the field? This time, Gerald decides not to call and just let nature take its course. Finally, after what I'm sure seemed like forever for Gerald, this deer works his way into bow range.
I bet your Gerald wishes he had one of these nights in the blind with him, that big old deer.
I bet he would, but I tell you, it's only one problem with that.
What's that?
It's not black powder season, man. It's bow season down there in North Carolina.
I forgot. Gerald's like me. Folks, if it's gun season, you ain't gonna see this old fat boy carrying a bow. We're gonna use all the advantages I can get.
Folks, we'll be right back in just a minute because old Gerald does have a big boy in bow range there in North Carolina. Get my scope on there, would you?
Yes, I'm asking.
I want to shoot this thing 4 days of it.
Yes, I'm asking.
This segment of Just Killing Time is made possible by Alps Outdoors and High Mountain Seasoning.
They call this extreme duty. We call it easy cleanup.
I shoot Anderson because it's a technically superior mil-spec product.
RF85 means no solvent and never oil.
Accurate rounds down the barrel without failure, prove it.
It's an absolute pleasure to handle, operate, maintain, and shoot.
Reliable and accurate.
Change your AR to an AM. Anderson Manufacturing AM15.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Hunting Sports Plus and American Whitetail Targets.
Folks, this is something you don't see very often. Max is working.
What do you mean, man? I work a lot.
You're doing something.
Work at keeping you in line. And by the way, I'm using Loctite, so this time your scope won't fall off your gun.
Yeah, whatever. Folks, let's get right back into the blind with Gerald because he has that big boy and it's in bow range. You about ready to put that scope on there?
I'm getting there.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Big 8, big mature 4 or 5-year-old buck 8-point. Come all the way across the field, pushed in where the deer average weight. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. I hit him a little bit low. I'm unsure about the shot, but I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back out of this blind. I'm gonna let things calm down for a few minutes. I still got plenty good light to slip out. I'm gonna slip out of the blind. Come back in the morning. All right, folks, it's the next morning. It's about 10:20. I recruited some help. I got the Edwards gang down here from Fancy Gap. Go in. Dude, there he is. There he is. What? I got him. Are you kidding? No, dude, he's in here in the tree. There he is, man. Careful now. Goodness. Well, he's got a little bit of, I hate to admit this, but he's got a little bit of ground shrinkage. I was screaming 140, but he's still going to go up near the, he's in the 120s. He's in the 120s, maybe he might tap out to about 130. Tines, good tines. I tell you what, folks, I was sweating this deer last night. Made a bad low shot. He was a little farther. Once we got back in here today, we thought he was on a 30-yard mark. He was more like 40 yards. This deer helped me out by dropping about a foot. I made a terrible shot. He helped me out, still hit him low. Good right there, Lee.
All right. planted this bottom in corn this spring, and it's really turned the deer onto it. I've got a blind set up over there where I was last night. Came in 4 or 5 different bucks, a couple of does, kind of hinting around the rut coming a little bit. Worked the way over, close enough for a shot, about a 40-yard shot, and I shot him a little low. Didn't hit him quite where I wanted to, but ended up running 150 yards, died in the creek. Got my old buddy Isaac and Ethan in here this morning to help me, give him plenty of time, and here he is, proof's in the pudding. So it's one good thing about being smart on your tracking and shooting a big broadhead.
Congratulations, Gerald, my man. I tell you what, that was a nice buck, and you had a ton of deer in that field, too.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Gerald. You know what that field ought to be called?
What's that?
A North Carolina poor man's field of dreams.
I
That's
tell
what
you,
it was.
You sure that's North Carolina, Gerald? You ain't pulling our leg, are you? Folks, we'll be right back in just a minute. I might get this scope on this gun today.
Can't rush perfection, brother. You can't rush it.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Night Muzzleloaders and 30-06 Outdoors, makers of the ladder stand Second Man.
Get a Seymour sight system and see what you have been missing.
The heater bodysuit is a one-garment solution for staying warm on stand. Our warranty is buy it, wear it. If you get cold, we'll give you your money back. No one in the clothing industry has such a warranty or dares to have such a warranty.
This segment of Just Killing Time is made possible by Scorpion Crossbows and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks.
Hey, welcome to this week's edition of Camp Chef Cooking with Puff. And today we're going to do something with a wild boar loin. And we've got one browning up back here on the grill, getting about half done. And we're going to pull it off and do something else with it that I think you're really going to like. We're going to take it up here and lay it in a piece of aluminum foil. Aluminum foil does have its place with cooking, but not to start with. We need to put the flavor in it, and what we've done is we've used a little bit of our rotisserie spice that we mix up for ribs and stuff, and we've seasoned that with it. Give it an hour or so on the grill, and now we're going to go ahead and do something else with it to get it good and tender. Add some more spice, a little bit more spice to it. We're going to come in with some maple sugar. I'm big on maple sugar. Rub it on. We're coming in here with some chopped cabbage, some chopped onions, and then we're going to put some apples in there. Sliced apples. We had sliced up ahead. Whatever kind of apple you got will work just fine. I come back with a little more maple sugar, a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to wrap all this up, and to do that we've got to double our aluminum foil, and let me use a good heavy grade of foil. That way it won't be tearing or leaking. And we're going to roll that seam over and slide that on back this way. And we're going to start to roll it all up here. Get our ends nice and tight. And before we close this end up, we're going to add some apple juice. And we're going to seal it up. Back to the grill we go. We're going to give that another hour or so, and we're going to take it out, and we basically got a meal right there in our foil. Yeah, isn't that nice? Good and tender, still juicy and moist from our apple juice. Kind of real good, falling to pieces. There, we get us a little bit of cabbage and stuff to go along the side. and in the yard. Pretty simple. You know, the grill did most of the work for us. Just a matter of giving it a little time to tender it up, getting it nice, keeping it nice and moist and juicy. And you know, you've got pretty well a whole meal. You can add some apples or something to it, or some applesauce and some bread. For more recipes like this and to see how easy it is and see that you can do it too, just check us out for products at southernmostmaple.com for our maple sugar, our barbecue sauces, and further in-depth recipes, jkttv.com.
The Game Sled is a unique game recovery system that comes in 2 distinct models. From its small carry pouch, the Game Sled expands into a super strong game recovery tool.
Anything you want to say, folks at home?
Yeah, you need to have a Game Sled.
The new Penetrator arrows from Hard Impact Technologies are revolutionizing bow hunting. Their patented weight-forward transferring system, deployed upon impact, delivers the deepest penetration possible into or through your target. Contact them today and make an impact on your next hunt.
It's another jelly head for a True Lock.
With a True Lock choke tube, you're truly locked and loaded.
Hi, I'm Tom Steffner with Anderson Manufacturing. Today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about our weapons. There are 2 major benefits of the Anderson rifle. The first benefit is we are the true manufacturer of the major components of this rifle. We currently chamber in 5.56, 6.8, and 308 Win. We machine the upper, the lower, the charging handle, the free float forearms, the rails, and the flash hider in Hebron, Kentucky. The second and probably the most important thing that separates Anderson rifles against the masses is our guns run totally dry by using a proprietary treatment called RF85. The 2 main benefits of the RF85 are simple. You never oil the weapon, it runs totally dry, and it cleans up with soap and water. Anderson Manufacturing is the only AR manufacturer that has the proprietary rights of RF85. Because we utilize strict quality control guidelines, we're able to offer you a lifetime warranty, one of the few in the industry, on all our Anderson rifles. If you'd like more information about the Anderson rifle or the other great products we manufacture, please go to andersonrifles.com or feel free to give us a call at 859-689-4085.
I'm glad to see I finally made it to the gun.
All we got to do is set it up for your eye, make the final adjustment, make sure the crosshairs are square, and she's ready to go shoot.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
You line it in for me while you're at it?
Folks, that's where he is.
Zip it, man. Folks, we're climbing into the stand with Max. He's got the old Scorpion in hand, and he's hunting here in Virginia in his own backyard.
I'm going to take the Scorpion and the Hard Impact shafts and try to make an impact on the deer population here at the house.
Back in the saddle again, folks. It's late October. It's that time. The patterns are changing. The big boys are starting to show themselves more in daylight. I am in a spot that's been very productive. I actually ran about 6 deer right out of this area coming in, getting set up. It's calling for rain tonight. We've got a front coming in. It's windy. I don't care. This is a great spot. I came in back in the summer. They growed up and gotten thicker and thicker and thicker every year for the last 4 or 5 years. I came in back in the summer, took a bush hog and just knocked out a hole in here so I could see again. Deer could come from literally any direction. 20-mile-an-hour wind, you know, I don't care much people say hunting in the wind, at least in the eastern part of the United States, is useless. Well, the deer bed in here. All I gotta do is catch one up and move it. I'm looking for a mature deer, be it buck or doe. what a beautiful, mature Virginia whitetail doe. You know, I get asked all the time, Max, is it true when you say you enjoy taking mature does as much as big bucks? Yeah, folks, I do. You can't beat it with a stick. Any mature deer, full in their senses, their nose, their ears, their eyes, that's an accomplishment. Whether it's wearing big horns or just got a big old set of molly ears like this one does. You know, the scorpion did its job. I misjudged the range, hit her a little high. That was my fault, not the scorpion's. Didn't get quite the blood trail on it. Took a little while to find her. She went through some brush, and I'm filming by myself, so I wasn't able to take the camera with me until I found her. So. But regardless, folks, it's a beautiful evening. I'm gonna get her home, get her cleaned up. I'm going to get the Landmaster and the game sled and get her out of here. Thanks for tagging along with me. That's the neat thing about these things. They have so many buckles and contraptions to lock the animals into place that there's no way from a small, you know, average sized deer up to a 400-pound bear. Stick it right up on you under like that and take her right on out of here. Whew.
That looks pretty good. Looks pretty straight there. You know, I give you a hard time. I really appreciate you doing this for me.
You're welcome.
Not that I couldn't have done it, but I appreciate you doing it for me.
You know I'm the gun man. I like tinkering with the guns and the bows and all that stuff. You know that.
Besides this night muzzleloader, folks, what do y'all think about that scorpion? Man, that thing is screaming.
I love my scorpion crossbow. I've shot a lot of crossbows. There's a lot of good crossbows out there. I'm not saying there isn't, but I like the scorpion the best. That thing just like grease lightning, man.
Hey, congratulations on that deer, too.
Thank you, brother.
Back straps or what?
Jerky, man. Jerky. And guess when we gonna consume that jerky?
When?
On that long ride to Canada next week. Can't wait. Folks, stick around for some scenes of next week's show as we head up to Canada to see if we can once again make history with Just Killing Time television.
Next week on Just Killing Time.
That same buck.
Maybe not very cold for Canada. It's pretty cold for a Virginia boy. Give my old gun a kiss here. Score one for the team.
I look up and look what's on the bait.
This is Just Killing Time, presented by Anderson Manufacturing. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Heater Bodysuit, Landmaster UTV, Hard Impact Penetrator Arrows, Game Sled, Seymour Sight Systems, TrueLock Choke Tools, Camp Shelf, Alps Outdoors, High Mountain Seasoning, Hunting Sports Plus, American Whitetail Targets, Night Muzzleloaders, 30-06 Outdoors, Scorpion Crossbows, and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. Closed captioning of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Invisible.